Hello, good morning, good afternoon, hold on. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. All right, hope everybody's doing okay, depending on what time you are watching or listening to this, depending on where you're watching or listening to this at. All right, for the people that are watching, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe right there, so you could beat, so I could beat that whole YouTube algorithm nonsense, what I'm saying, let a brother be on top, what I'm saying, let people view. Wow, you know what, I just spaced out, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. Help a brother out, let's go, and everybody else who's listening, make sure you favor this, like this. And if by chance it's a comment section, let me know what you think. You know what I'm saying? Rate this. Let's go. Let's do this. It's been a minute. I've been procrastinating. Okay, actually, I'm lying. I haven't been procrastinating. I just been busy. If you're adult, if you're, how you be. Sometimes things be piled up on top of other things. You end up, putting other things aside. Long story short, that's how it's gonna be summarized as. So we ain't got time to go into details. But the year is ending, and I'm trying to do 5 episodes of this season before the end of this year, and I'll probably just make him public consecutively, or maybe like the last week, like a podcast a day or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know I need to pull out at least all 5 of them by the end of the month, so I could close 2021 and start 2022 anew with a whole new season. So, and all of that being said, how's everybody doing? How's Corona still treating everybody? What is happening with y'all? And for the people that will be watching this, I'm in the car. Most of our podcasts, I'm in the car. I think I'm just comfortable doing it in the car. I'm just going to make that into a thing. So let's let it be known this is going to be a thing, and nobody better not steal my idea. All right. So yeah, I'm just not even gonna go conventional. I'm just gonna be in the car. That's it. I feel comfortable. My theme is gonna be me just talking in the car. That's it. So, car podcast, like, comment, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? It's simple as that. But enough about me. Literally though, if you're able to tell me how you're doing, what you're feeling while you're watching this video, just comment on the big video, or just do something. But to go back to what I was saying, I got sidetracked. How's Corona treating everybody? Because for the past, 2 years, really, things just been crazy, hectic. Just, the world is going to shit. Well, the world was already shit. It's just that, the whole shutdown, people had time to do nothing, amplified a lot of things, There's Karens now. There's, male version of those. They exist, whatever the hell they call them. One thing people were, trying to hide, but amplified is racism. Racism's still there. It's just, since people got nothing better to do, they put their time, into being more super racist. I don't think they were trying to be more super racist. It's just that, since there's really the world, came into a halt, people are more focused on, on things like that. People see, not people noticing. That's all it is. People just noticing it. That's all it is. But yeah, that's this. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to hate somebody just because, they look different, they sound different, they talk different, they eat different, or maybe, I don't know, they just worship a different, God. Not really a different God. It's just, they just worship God differently. It's just God. It's just a whole lot of conundrum, a whole lot of crazy, a whole lot of nonsense, a whole lot of stupid. But you can't say that though, because whenever you tell somebody, yo, you're being dumb, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't say that. People tend to get butthurt. People tend to feel some type of way. People tend to cry like a bunch of babies. But what can you do, right? To each his own. But again, what's common sense to you is not common sense to anybody else. What makes sense to you does not make sense to a whole lot of people. So that's where it's at. It just really, the shutdown just really didn't amplify. It just more made people aware. That's what I was trying to do. Just make people aware, because the world came into a halt. All the crazy things that people are running after, they don't do that now. They just, their attention got caught on, just noticing crazy nonsense. But yeah, that's that. But speaking of the whole world shutting down and Corona, I just pray for everybody who's affected and infected by by the virus. It's crazy. It's crazy. Some people say it came out of nowhere. Some people say, the government did it. Some people say, it's from this country. Some people say this. Some people say that. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter where it came from. It's a disease that's hitting worldwide. It's not just attacking, a certain group or a certain, country. It's worldwide. However we deal with it, however we don't deal with it, it's just, it's here, and it's here. It seems like it's here for a long time, because every time you think, the world is piecing back together, there's always a new trend. Just every time you feel like, okay, what, we might somewhat get to normal, whatever the hell that is anymore. Just feel like the world, then this whole new, trend coming out, And the also, I guess, the vaccine, people, make a big deal about all of that nonsense. It's retarded. It's dumb, stupid. Listen, the world is crazy, was crazy, will be crazy. It's the world, and it's humans live in it. If y'all expecting for things to go to normal or perfect, you is as dumb as a rock. All right. And for the people who are vaccinated, good for you. If you're not vaccinated, good for you. Look, whatever you decide to do, good for you. For everybody else who have opinion on how they feel about the other person, shut your ass. Like, shut up. Look, whatever people put in their body, they don't put in their body. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Just leave it alone. Shush. Do what makes you happy. Deal with that, all right? At the end of the day, follow the people that spend most of their time in the medical field developing things, making sure things go as needed. And if you feel some type of way about that, it is what it is. If you if you want to listen, take the vaccine. It is what it is. It's not a big ass deal. But no, there's people out here, taking justice, non-vaccine or anti-vaccination. Who cares? Nobody cares. I surely don't. All right? At the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do to make you happy, to get your day on, keep going, keep moving. All right? Like, people make things, people make big deal out of things, but I've never expected, something as simple as a vaccine. I mean, yeah, everything is confusing. Everything is, it's crazy, it's hectic, but, and also just don't listen to everything you see on TV. Okay, especially everything you see on social media. Y'all know what sources to follow. I'm not going to sit here and list. I mean, obviously not Fox News, but y'all know what sources to follow and what sources not to follow. But use your common sense. Whatever makes sense to you, use that. That, that's going to make your life, at ease. But everything else is just a whole load of nonsense, a whole load of nothing, a whole load of stupid. Just, filter your news. Filter it. Whatever makes sense, keep it in your pocket. Everything else, like, they got dumpsters for a reason. Dump that shit. Delete that. And then go to delete it and delete it from deleting. You know what I'm saying? Like, clean your trash. Again, everything that I'm speaking of, I say this in every episode and everything. It's just things that I've seen, experienced through life. It's not things that I know I'm going to say, I'm highly educated on. It's, it's life experience. That's why it's called experience. You see things, you experience things, and, you speak on it, and hopefully it awakens anybody on most of the things that I say on my podcast, put, good perspective on certain things in people's life. It's just, I say that every episode because some people take things out of proportion. Some people take things that, they tend to quote people, even they don't know what kind of credential those people have. So I'm going to leave that at that. So if I enlighten you in any kind of way in any of my podcasts, yay, that's the goal. If I don't, well, thank you for listening. All right, but don't try to quote me in everything. You know, don't use me in your papers or anything. No, don't. All right, argument is just, it's what in my head, what is in my mind, is what I'm trying to release out. Like I said, this is like a therapy to me right here, just talking. But to go back to what I was saying, if you don't want to be vaccinated, good for you. If you want to be vaccinated, good for you. But okay, listen, at the end of the day, there's gonna be a whole lot of things, a whole lot of things that's gonna keep you occupied, keep you crazy. Find the simplest thing and like focus on that, because everything is about simplicity. Don't complicate things more than they need to be. All right, even the vaccination, they're still modifying it. They're still working on it. Because you got to be tested on people in order to be even distributed out to be made for more people. And y'all know how it is. If one company makes one thing, another company wants to come out and make it too, because everything's a competition. Forget the humans, forget the important things of trying to cure a disease, or trying to at least have it under control to see what is the next phase, what to do next. No, everybody just a competition. I'll make it faster, better, cheaper. Let me get paid. That's all it is. Same thing for like majority of the prescription medicine, majority of the medicine. They rather treat than cure. All right, I'm not going to start a conspiracy, but I know there's a lot of these diseases that people could cure, but humans being humans, always greedy, always for never fails. They rather treat, because when they get paid for it every time they pull out a treatment. Why stop your consistent payment then just get one big load? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're consistently getting paid, there's more you can do with the money than just one big load, and they're like, oops, gone. Again, I'm not trying to be no conspiracy theories or anything like that, but that's where I at. That's where I'm at. That's where I stand at on that. But again, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Just life is about all simplicity. Because the more you complicate it, the more you stress yourself out. The more you stress out, anxiety, depression. Ain't nobody got time for that. For real, nobody got time for that. I sure don't. I sure do not. So, wow, I just spaced out. I do that a lot. I don't know why I do that. So where was I at? But yeah, so let's just be careful out there. Let's just, be careful. Excuse me. Let's just be careful. That's it. Let's just be careful, where we go, how we do things. Obviously, still mask up. Wow. Still mask up. Wash your hands. Sanitize. If you're able to, social distance. It's not the cure to the disease, but it's a way to implement, less, spread. For the less we spread it, the better off we are. But we get a little leniency, and we all, we go crazy. We gatherings and all of that. You never know, and that's the thing. You never know who's carrying and who's not, unless the person is like down and coughing and sneezing, and they tested positive. Besides that, most of the people, you never know if they have it. And that's the crazy part. And people, you tell them, it's just weird how everybody know everything, but they know nothing. Like, if you encounter people like that, just let that be. Because at the end of the day, you cannot cure stupid. You can only try to educate stupid, but you cannot cure stupid. All right? There's no way you can cure stupid. There's no way. So, enough about me rumbling about Corona this, Corona that, government this, government that. Literally, at the end of the day, I just hope everybody's, is doing all right. Everybody that's affected, everybody that's that's infected, they're all, handling it well. The family that got hit, pray for you, whoever believe in God, because, you got to make sure you say certain things a certain way, apparently. You got to, tiptoe around situations. Wow, excuse me. You got to tiptoe around situations. You got to walk an eggshell, so you don't say certain things a certain way, because you don't want everybody to get butt hurt, because especially if you are trying to start something, you're not trying to get canceled. Man, forget about all of that. We grown, literally. We grown. Why we gotta walk, on eggshell? Why we got to, tiptoe about situations? Speak your mind. Say what you gotta say, and then the other person say what they gotta say, and then let's see where we agree and where we disagree. Speaking on, that's how people solve problems, by communication. All right. Majority of the things that it goes crazy, whether small or political scale, is because people don't know how to communicate. You say what you feel, I say what I feel, you say what you know, and I say what I know, and we come into agreement, disagreement, and and we part ways, so we agree on things. That's all it is. It's all a matter of listening to each other and communicating. That's all it is. Majority of these things that went haywire because the media. I'm still on the Corona thing, by the way, if y'all think I left that. It's just the media sells information different than you would in a newspaper. I don't know. Me personally, don't read it, but I really do trust the newspaper more than I do those fools on TV. Because at the end of the day, it's all about sell. Even though the newspaper is dying out, I feel like we should break that, because a lot of people can't read anyway, so they rather watch and listen to people. So we should actually bring that as a news source, bring that back. But again, it's my opinion. You don't disagree with it. Wow, it's my opinion. You don't have to agree with it or disagree with it. It's how I feel. At the end of the day, again, everybody need to have their own opinion. But we just need to be careful out there where we get our news from, who we listen to, who we surround ourselves with, the things that we do, we don't do. Because at the end of the day, the world is at pause. The world is at crazy. Because right now, there's a trend coming. It's popular. Wow. I feel like I have a quota of 15 minutes. I go out of breath, and I don't even have water for me to pause and drink right now. But just be careful, people. That's all I'm going to keep saying, because that's I can't emphasize that any more than I need to. Just be careful what you do, what you say, how you say it, just be careful of the world. The world is crazy, because we don't know, because Corona didn't go away. We just acting like it did. Corona didn't disappear. We just acted like it did. We just acted like just because you're vaccinated, you're cured. You're not cured. You're just, more likely to get, severe on it whenever you catch it. That's all it is. It's just, the vaccination is not the cure. It's really not. It's just, preparing your body if you ever do get the virus. But again, whatever you got now for vaccination is different from what's coming right now, because, rumor has it, they say, if the way things are going, do your own research. We might even, go into another lockdown. God forbid we don't. But sometimes, things happen and it's out of our control, like this Corona. Today, my subject in this episode is just Corona this and Corona that. I don't know. I just never talked about it. That's the whole deal. That I never really talked about it, and today I'm talking about it. It's just getting out of my system. It's just wash, social distance, people. Wash your hands, cover your face. It's just, just be careful. Hopefully, hopefully the world doesn't, we don't get a lockdown again, because that was miserable. That was crazy. All right. We're trying to go back to whatever normality is. And in order to do that, we have to listen to the idiots that we put in charge. Sometimes, they have dumbass reasons why they do things, and sometimes some other things make sense. But at the end of the day, we as a society, as a civilization, we have to be on the same page on things. That's all it is. That's the only thing that I feel like. Do we agree with everything? No. Do we disagree? Most of the time, it's just humans. Any relationship you have with another human, there's always a kerfuffle. Wow. Let me pause. I use the word kerfuffle. I don't know why that's funny to me. Whoever finds it funny, yeah, good to you too. But the world, yeah. Any relationship you have with anybody, there's always a kerfuffle. There's always a disagreement. There's always some sort of thing. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's all matter of both parties communicating. Especially idiots in power. There's branches to this thing. Hopefully, if they communicate to the public correctly, decently enough, with common sense, the public will be at ease with most of the crazy thing that's going on. But idiots in power tend to forget that they're humans. Idiots in power, they tend to forget that they're not God. They're just humans, that we selected to be in power to apparently show us the way or whatever. But idiots in power, I'm talking about the government. If y'all haven't pieced the things together, because I know some of y'all be slow, but hey, it is what it is. Never trusted idiots in powers, because they'll do anything and everything to get that power anyhow, and then not do anything they promised to do. One consecutively after another. That's the way, and some of y'all never learn. But let's just be careful. Let's just do what we got to do to stay safe. Just be at ease. That's all I got on that. Again, thank you for the love. If you actually at this part of the video / the podcast that you're listening to, thank you for the love. Make sure you have a nice rest of the day. Oh my God, I need to start having water bottles right now. Water, something, just a cup of something, because my throat dried out after 15 minutes. So thank you for the love, y'all.